What's going on, folks? We're back with the Drift Fox. This is going to be the first video since the Drift Fox was completed. Originally, for my next video, I had planned on doing a super awesome street drift video, and I was going to punish off-ramps and roundabouts and other things. But, surprise, surprise, I actually suck at drifting. So, in order to avoid crashing the car again, I'm going to show you some things that you can use if you want to get into drifting and learn some very basic drift tips in car control and how to slide your car around. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to throw on a couple of my drift spares. We're going to put those things out of their misery, and then we're going to head down to the spot. Folks, we made it to the Canadian test track, and we're going to go ahead and go over 3 techniques. And the 3 techniques we're going to look at today is basically how to break traction. So you're going to do some ugly donuts, we're going to do some proper donuts, and then we're going to do some figure 8s. And then if I have any tire left, I might do a little bit of freestyle. What you want to do in order to get yourself familiar with sliding a car around is probably go out in the rain, or definitely find yourself a large open space like what I have here. Stay away from any curbs, be aware of your surroundings, don't get near any obstacles until you really familiarize yourself with the car. You can total your car by hitting a curb, so you really want to stay away from those things. They're no joke. So first up, in order to get your car sliding, you're going to need rear-wheel drive, you're going to need a limited slip differential, and preferably you're going to have a manual car. You can do it with automatic too, but things get a little bit funky. So in order to initiate your slide, you're going to start driving around in a circle, and you're going to clutch kick, and you're just going to let the tail slide out, and the car is just going to go nuts. Take that opportunity to kind of feel what the throttle modulation is going to do for you. So try modulating the throttle. Feel what that does. The more gas you give it, the faster the car is going to whip around. The less throttle you give it, the car is going to tend to straighten out more. Next, we're going to do what I would call proper donuts, and that's actually going to require some car control. And so you're going to start out driving in a circle like you were before. You're going to clutch kick, and if you start to feel a vibration in the front end, that's understeer. You really, if you get understeer, you're just going to have to drive through it, especially if you have an automatic. If you have a manual, you can actually rev the motor higher and clutch kick at a higher RPM. So clutch kick, get the rear end to slip out. And as the car starts to slide, you're actually going to start to let the wheel feed between your fingertips. And as the car starts to straighten out, you're going to actually yank it into the spin more. And that way you're going to be able to keep your slide going in a controlled fashion. Now, remember when you're doing this, always keep 2 hands on the wheel. Always. You don't need to grab the shifter because you're not going to be changing gears until later. Keep both hands on the wheel, and in order to get into a habit of doing that, you want to practice that in your daily driving. Always drive with both hands. in order to break bad habits. I know when I started, I had a really bad habit of one-handing it, palming the wheel like it was cool. That's not cool. And once you learn to use two hands, you're going to see how much better your drifting is going to get. A couple of other pointers. This car actually has a welded diff, and that thing makes things way more predictable, and it gets both your tires spinning at the same time. A decent limited slip differential will do the same thing. You can drift with an open diff car, and you'll know if you have an open diff when you turn in a circle and mash the gas and only one tire starts to spin. You can drift like that. However, it's very difficult, and learning to drift that way is kind of like learning to run before you can walk. The only way to get the car to slide in that type of situation is through weight transfer, and like I said, you got to have a lot of confidence to start doing that. If you're totally clueless, you're probably not going to get the weight transfer part down. So that's just something to think about. If you have a open diff, you may be able to get your slides going a little bit better once it's raining, but that's just a little pointer for you. You don't need a welded diff, but it definitely helps if you have a way of getting both tires spinning. And what I'm going to demonstrate is basically how you can allow the wheel to feed, let the car straighten itself out, and how you keep your slide going. So I'm starting by making a circle. I'm going to turn in and pop the clutch. And now that we have the first two techniques down, you're going to take your car control and you're going to practice the transition. So basically, transition is going to let you change from sliding one direction to another direction. And the best way to get your transitions down is to do figure eights. So we're going to set up a couple of cones and we're going to do some figure eights. And basically with that, you just have to really get a feel for how fast your car is coming around, how you can stop it, and then getting your car to switch back in the other direction. Freestyle in second gear. Okay, we exploded a tire just now. Now we're gonna go and hide. Alright, so we just accomplished our goal and we definitely killed some tires. We got a little bit of mohawk going on this side, and over on the other side we've got some delamination going on. So that's the situation with that. I can still drive on that. I'm just gonna have to be extremely cautious. Not recommended, but you know, after you do stuff like that, you don't want to stay in Canada too long because folks might get interested in what you're doing. So we're gonna go ahead and head out. Listen to the noise of the delaminated tire, and we're gonna make that stop real quick. All right, folks, check this out. Just wanted to give you another look at the carnage. That's only one side. And I definitely can't end the video without shouting out my man Rico and Jerron, Rare Multimedia. The website is going to appear right in this area here. And you're going to contact this man Rico for any of your aerial photography needs, videos, aerial videos, for any purpose that you need whatsoever.
It's called drift.
Drift videos. Follow this right here. There you go. All right, folks. Once again, thanks for watching. Please help Premium Fuel Mag to blow up so that the Drift Fox can kill more tires. See you guys later.